Ah, they're the zebras again. Interesting zebra behavior, typical. They were standing in the shade earlier. Now they've run out into the open. Even though it's a bit hotter there, but being plains game or game that like open areas, they feel more secure or more comfortable being able to see around them. Keep a better eye on us as well, I guess. You see, they're not really too worried about us. Obviously, they know that at this distance they can outrun us easily. But it's just interesting how they do that. If it was kudu, for instance, kudu would run to thicker bush if they saw a threat. It depends on what habitat the animals are most comfortable in, what they're most adapted to. Dark area there. I thought maybe for a second, maybe rhino, although rhino by now probably won't be moving around too much. Maybe buffalo, but it's just I'm not even sure what it is. A log maybe, quite far away. Excuse me. Little skink there, if you come closer. Look right at the base of the, see him right down there about that. Now these guys are a bit different from us. They like the hot weather typically. Sunshine is always good for reptiles. They sit in the sun and they bask and they literally get more energized from it. And they can run around. In the case of this skink, I forgot the name of this one. Not a variegated skink, but it's one of the skinks. It's got the smoother skin as opposed to the more scaly skin of your lizards. So they'll eat insects. So you need to run around and catch little moths and small insect flies and so on. Ground insects as well, ants, that kind of stuff. Nicely camouflaged, not the best camouflage. You could be spotted from a distance off, but it works alright. We'll try and spot some of the really good guys in camouflage, like the Cape dwarf gecko. They blend in incredibly well. Stand this side, maybe there's a better view through there. Little steenbok is watching us as well. Remember the first rule of camouflage? Maybe at some stage we'll still go play hide and seek. I'll go hide in the bush and we'll see if you and Herman can find me. Or a leopard or something while you're looking. But the first rule of camouflage is to be stationary, to not move. Animal eyes, the same as ours, but also things like lion and leopard, your predators, especially things with eyes facing forward. You pick up movement very, very well within your peripheral vision as well. So for a little antelope like that steenbok to be avoiding a predator, the best thing to do is just freeze. And then only move again if it's needed. In other words, if the predator has seen it. So otherwise, sometimes you can walk right past it. I've seen lions or leopard walking close past things, meters away, feet away, and not see them. Red-billed buffalo weavers. They're those birds. These are actually probably the same ones that live in the tree just above above the waterhole where the cameras are. They make this very messy, sticky nest. Maybe a little difficult to see the color, but if it turns, you'll see it's got a very bright red beak. Beautiful white markings on the wings as well, especially when they fly. And also one of the small five. Red-billed buffalo weaver. Maybe if we're lucky, we see a leopard tortoise a bit later on, or I'm sure we can find an antlion. A few antlions around where we're walking at the moment. There's an antlion trap. I'm not going to dig this one out. It's very hot. For it to re-dig it would be hard work. You can see they're just next to Herman's antenna. There's the little ant trap. Another one of the small five. It's a nice hole, maybe you might have to crouch down a bit to see it nicely, but if you look into this hole from the front, first of all you can see the shape of it. It's quite sort of a flat hole, if you want, as opposed to a round one. I don't know if that explains it properly, but you know what I mean, like a keyhole shape. And this is from a scorpion. A specific hole, judging from the size of it, quite a large scorpion as well. Maybe burrowing scorpions. To bring a little mirror along on the walk, and we can reflect sunlight into these holes. This would going very, very deep. You wouldn't be able to just dig that out. They zigzag a hole in sometimes 2-3 feet underground. So it's quite a big job to dig one of these out if you want to. And from a scorpion hole to a couple of waterbuck, also just keeping an eye on us. You can see there in the bush, unlike the zebra. If there was zebra here now, they would be running out of those bushes into the open. But the waterbuck happy just to keep an eye on us. Also, generally speaking, these waterbuck tend to be more relaxed with people, just because they spend a lot of time in the vicinity of the camp around here. You can see them blending in very well, pretty much the same grey color as the bush around them. I've always loved these two trees. It's just like they make a big portal almost, or a doorway. A lot of animals often come walking through here as well when they cross quarantine. Two beautiful marula trees, really big ones.